Alpha, can you hear me? Because when you called me, your line was fine. All right, cool.
All right, I'm sorry for the delay. I just got back from school. Was trying to feed my stomach a bit.
Sure, no problem.
No cap, no cap. Get London, what you got? Punchline, nigga. Afro, nigga. Nightlife killer. A sci-fi nigga with my sweet brown sugar.
What about boom?
Yeah, I'm messaging you now.
Post one nigga. Sci-fi nigga with my sweet brown sugar. You know they mess with the ball. They give me that wine for the corner. They my day no no. My niggas in a pull up in a row. Girls they want be my own. Man I need a man I get a man I soda. It's a giant. You love me. They told me that I had hair on an older hoe. Now everything is all.
Alpha. It's coming online.
I'm on a flight now, nigga. You can't connect bad Wi-Fi, nigga. Aiming for my chest, cause it's 5 times bigger. It'll take more than shots to test my liver. Cause I'm a punchline, nigga. Afro, nigga. Nightlife killer. A sci-fi nigga with my sweet brown sugar. High time, nigga. 6 holes.
Oh, who's going first?
Most one, nigga. Sci-fi.
Who's
You were
going
saying
first?
something? Yeah, Chuka will go first.
Okay.
Same agenda pattern. It's just that the people that went first yesterday will go second, and the people that went second, and vice versa, basically.
All right. So guys, confirm that you can hear me and you can share your screen.
I can hear you, and all right, I can hear you. I can hear you.
I can share my screen too. Can you see it?
All right, yeah, I can see your screen.
Yeah, if you have
Huh?
any
Yeah, I can see
material
your
that you
screen.
want
Let me
to
try
share,
sharing
you can
mine.
send the material
Why
to
not?
me.
Oh wow, my face is sorry, hold on.
Yeah, make the announcement again.
If you have any material that you want to share, any presentation or anything, please you can send it to
You
me.
know, there's no basically any material. Today is practical now.
Okay, no problem, no problem.
So yeah, my screen is showing, right?
I can see it too.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, sorry, bro.
Good evening, man.
All right, I'm out. So any other thing I'll send via group chat.
All right. Hey, Jaya, can I be our DJ?
Yeah.
Afro nigga, I'm not ready to build nigga, ask them niggas. I got a taste for that next roll nigga. 100 up on that waist and I get so nigga. Yeah, we make the stacks go bigger until I'm high enough to be that astro nigga. Got my whole city in flames. You don't need to point fingers, I'm not nigga to blame. Cause I'm a punchline nigga. Afro nigga. Nightlife killer, a sci-fi nigga with my sweet brown sugar.
Yeah.
High time
Nada.
nigga. 6 whole fingers. Most one nigga.
Okay, well.
With my sweet brown
I'm
sugar.
good.
Yo, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy Remy Boy. I'm with my chicken nigga Larry Coke. You know where we come from. It's family shit, bro.
Oh really? So the last time I tried.
Yes, good evening everyone. Welcome. So we're just going to give it time. We're going to give about 4 minutes before we kick off, and then we start today's session. So today is going to be very practical. But before we get started, if you have any questions that you'd like to ask, I guess you should prep those questions. You can plant them in the chat box right now, or you can raise your hand. There's a way to raise your hand on this call, and then we allow you to speak. But I'd recommend planting your questions in the chat box. But yeah, we start by 7:05. Thank you for coming. Good evening, guys. Welcome. So yeah, I guess we can get started. Uh, Welcome to today's session. This is April's edition of the Make Money series, which is hosted monthly by Coins and Cash to basically enable you guys, teach you guys how to make money with crypto. So we've touched on a diverse range of topics, cutting across, trading, technical analysis, decentralized finance. We had a session on decentralized finance, and this is the second part to that, with more focus on things like staking, NFTs, and playing games to earn money or to earn crypto, basically, which is fundamentally money. But yeah, so welcome to the second day of the session, DeFi for you. And DeFi is simply short for decentralized finance, which is an umbrella term basically, because there's a lot going on in that industry, in that subsector of crypto, I can tell you. And there are several ways that you can make money from that. And yesterday we just got some insights into how you can make money through NFTs. In fact, we're very familiar with NFTs by now. I guess if you're very active on Twitter, you get to hear about NFTs here and there. See people making, you'll be seeing 0.1 ETH flying around. Might seem somehow, but yeah. But then it's worth a lot of money. It's worth like 1,000 to $2,000. You see somebody winning 3.3 ETH. I think somebody sold something for 3.3 ETH, which is a lot of money. That goes on into millions of naira, if you check it. And yeah, people are doing that. And NFTs are just a use case for decentralized finance. There's now play to earn. Normally you either play games right now, you pay to play these games. I'm not talking about those games you go and crack at Alaba or at Ikeja Computer Village. Normally the FIFA and all the Mortal Kombat that you play, you have to pay to play. And even as you go, for some things that you may have to subscribe to get further access to this game. But crypto gaming added some spice. We found out yesterday that we can actually earn money and play games. In some cases, we may need to pay or own an in-game asset, as our speaker told us yesterday. But it is so worth it that now you can commit all of those hours you used to play COD, you used to play Mortal Kombat, you used to play FIFA, to actually playing games in the metaverse, in the cryptoverse. My favorite term right now is cryptoverse. You can actually play games and earn money, like cool cash. Money in dollars is not in naira. Stop thinking in naira. We now talk in 0.1. You understand? 1 BTC, 2 BTC. This is our lingua franca right now when we talk money. And it's a lot of money in naira. So hopefully we're all going to make this money, because I'm here to learn too. So yeah, we had amazing speakers yesterday. Jonathan Onora is a DeFi analyst, and he spoke about DeFi briefly. And today he's going to be expanding on DeFi. we're going to be seeing some practical stuff, related to decentralized finance and some ways you can make money. I don't think this class will do sufficient justice to even some of the sections it will touch, some of the subsections it will touch in this topic. So, but yeah, it's going to show us, give us a taste of what his day to day is like by bringing some practical stuff to us. And then we have Nwosu Chukwuka, who is a play to earn an NFT enthusiast. He's already playing the game of playing to earn money, and it's amazing. We learned some really amazing stuff from him yesterday, because yesterday he went deep into play to earn, explained some concepts, along the way clarified some of the things that we got confused, and it was just amazing yesterday. So today, it will be just taking us straight into it, showing us how to get into play to earn. So yeah, you should definitely, stay for this one, because today is the day that you get your hands dirty. So yeah, so before further ado, please, I want the speakers to just introduce themselves so that we can get familiar. Yeah, Jonathan, you can go first. Oh, Jonathan, can you hear me? Can anyone else hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Great.
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
hear
sir.
you.
Go on, go on.
I can hear you.
Okay, so today, good day all. I am still Jonathan Obumneme, the fire analyst. Okay, so today we'll be doing some practice. If you are here yesterday, you should have learned about DeFi, play to earn and all that, NFT. And today we'll be doing some practicals on how you can do this thing yourself. Okay, so we'll be starting with how to connect your wallet to Web3. I don't know if you guys can see my screen now. Can you people see my screen?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay, so you guys should just try and follow up and manage it because I'm not close to my system now, so just have to show you guys around with my phone. Okay, so first, this is SafePower Wallet. Yesterday I told you guys to download SafePower Wallet and set it up. I know you guys must have done that. So while setting up your any decentralized wallet at all, you have to first thing you need to do, you guys know that you guys safeguard your phrase key, your numeric key. Very safe. Can you guys still hear me?
Yo,
Yeah, we
perfect.
can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay, so like I was saying, today I will be taking you guys on how to stake and farm. Just these two things. That's basically what we'll be doing today. So you guys should wait and enjoy. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for giving us a sneak peek into what it is we are going to be doing today. Yeah, so guys, before Chukwuka introduces himself, we're going to you need to get some things for this session so that you can follow along and so that you can continue after. You need to get a Kiwi browser on your phone, then get the MetaMask extension, Kiwi browser. And after that, you need to now download Discord, sorry. You can find these things on your app stores or your Play Store, depending on your device. And for the DeFi part, you need to get Safe Power Wallet. So please, if you haven't, please, before we continue, you can just quickly minimize, get this application so that you can follow along, and so that after this class you can continue because this thing is about practice. So yeah, Chukwuka, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Right. So just introduce yourself. Let's kick off with this.
All right. So I'm still your very own Chuka Wosu on this end, and we go again today. Hopefully we're able to, you know, get going in game five after today's class. You know, yeah. So that'll be all. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, in case you're wondering what GameFi is, just means game finance. It's another. It's sort of synonymous to play to earn, but it's an umbrella term. When you do your own research, you would break down for that. I mean, I went to read yesterday after the session, and I feel like a guru right now, but we're just starting. So, before we move further, guys, do you have any questions that you want to ask from yesterday's session that you want the speakers to get into before we get into the sessions? If you do, please just bring it up on in the chat box, and I'll give that a minute. After that, we will now start the session. All right, no one has any questions right now. So at the end of the session, there'll still be space for questions. So yeah, the first person that will be coming up is Chukuka, and he's basically going to be taking us into plates. We're going to be getting straight into it. So guys, yeah, fingers crossed. Welcome, Chukuka.
Yeah. Thank you once again for having me. So today's class we would be going in depth into GameFi, and by that I mean we would actually be able to, be a part of this ecosystem. We would be able to get going in the ecosystem. We get to start earning in this ecosystem. All right. So I believe right now we all have our Kiwi browser alongside our MetaMask extension, and I believe we've also created our wallets because you'd be needing that to play as well. So first off, I yesterday I recall talking about, you know, the numerous people that partake in this awesome ecosystem, from our investors to our gamers with capital to our gamers without capital. So the nice thing about this ecosystem is there's a space for everyone. There's a chance for everyone. It's an open playing field. What do I mean by that? Everyone can partake in this ecosystem, be it whether you have money to start up or not. Take for instance now, there's this rich man in his home, he's trying to conduct a whole lot of business, trying to, just in summary, just make more money, so it equals more meetings, more contacts, all of that. And so this man has no time to actually play games, he's so much occupied with other things. So what does he do instead? He goes, he purchases an NFT and then looks for a gamer out there that is looking to, get on board this ecosystem and gives out the NFT. So now, in most cases, it's a share profit scenario whereby the gamer plays and whatever is earned is split between them. But then there came the case of trust issues. I mean, I can just give this guy my NFT and, mhm, you know, so there now came the advent of guilds. So what are guilds? Guilds basically are the middlemen that help investors connect to gamers. All right. But if you're a gamer, you have funds, that is no challenge. You don't need to go through all of this. All right. So, but for us out there that to get started, it would be a bit expensive. We will now need to go through guilds. I personally I'm a guild member of Metaverse Magna, sorry. Yeah, so at the end of this class, I would be dropping the link to get onboarded with the guild. Okay. So moving on. Now there are some games as well that created an opportunity for gamers to rent directly without the use of guilds. But then it's harder that way because I mean everybody is gunning for it. But if you are still up for the task, I will show you that as well. The case study here will be Pegaxi. All right. So I guess that's about that. Then let's get started. Towards the end, I would talk more on guilds and their functions. So now we'll be headed straight into our Kiwi browser. Yeah. Let me share my screen now. Okay. All right. So I believe everyone can see my screen, right? Please just give me feedback so I go ahead.
Yes, you can see.
Yes, that's awesome. Yeah,
All
perfectly.
right. So I head straight into my Kiwi browser. Yeah. And for those who are yet to start, just go to the site you are seeing on my screen, play.pegaxi.io. Let me type it out. /marketplace. Okay, this is it here. So now, Pegaxi, it's personally, I'm fond of this project. Their team is pretty solid. So these ones decided to some extent, eliminate guilds. So this is their marketplace now. Here you can choose to buy Pegas. Pegas are horses, basically. That's what you use to play the game. So you can choose to buy Pegas on your own. Yeah. Or you can choose to rent. Now we'll come here. Let's see. Okay, sorry, there's a tab for renting on its own. So you just come to rent. Now with renting, you're able to rent with your own funds, or you can rent on the agreement that whatever profits are made, you would split it with the owner. So if you look here, you would see the first option, they are showing 12 PGX, and you'll be able to rent it for 2 days at that cost. While the second option is showing you 30%. What does it mean? You as a gamer, whatever profit you make with that horse, you'll be taking 30%, and the owner of the horse will be taking 70%. And trust me, for this game, this particular option is pretty high. So for as many that are interested, all you need to do is to click on the 30% for you. And okay, hold on, let me connect my wallet so that we'll just understand where I'm going. All right. So here I've been able to connect my wallet. So, and okay, for those who might not have seen, this last um, tab where I say my assets, if you are yet to connect your wallet, what you should be seeing in place of my assets is connect. So once you click on connect, you select the MetaMask option, and then you sign in through your MetaMask extension. Okay. So now that we've come here, you can just click on the 30% for you, And yes, for this option, you need a little bit of matic in your wallet because the game runs on the Polygon network, so you just need a little matic for gas fee to be able to approve the transaction for renting. So that's it. But if you can get a horse from a guild, then you wouldn't need all of this. You would only need matic when you are claiming your reward, which is this. So now let's get, so you just come to racing. That is, if you've gotten your horse, your pega, you just come to racing, click on pick a pega. Now there are cases where you might have more than one pega anyway, so you have to select the pega you're using to race. Then follow through, click on start. Then now this is the countdown. You are trying to find a match that you'll be playing. And then the current stage of Pegaxi, match found. So I need to sign the transaction. Hold on a bit. Alright. Okay, let me find that match. So as I was saying, the current stage of Pegaxi is basically it's not within your power. Alright. So they first started from random number generation, where it's just play and inshallah you get it's just if the numbers favor you, then you are good to go, you will win. So there's more or less like active investments for investors. But over time they upgraded, and now the attributes of your pega will determine if you'll be winning the race. What do I mean by that? Every pega has these attributes here. You can see mine is speed of 6, strength of 4, lightning of 1, wind of 3, water of 6, fire of 1. Okay, so if these my horse's attributes align with the stadium's attributes here, which you can see 820, 811, you get. So the horse whose attributes matches the stadium's attributes best would carry first, so that's it for now. Then over time they are looking at also creating an upgrade whereby you'll be able to manually control your horse, you get. So that's their phase of development anyways. So right now this is the game, though some gamers are not so fond of this game. So as you can see, I didn't take first nor second nor third. I don't know if I even got fourth, but the prize pool is split between only the first three, as you can see, and their reward token is this. Their reward token is this. The full name is Vigorous. So currently Pegaxi is undergoing a whole lot of development. Trust me, their team is working. And aside Pegaxi, I mean, there's also Axie Infinity. I play that as well, but if I go through the gameplay now, it might take some time. It requires critical thinking. But maybe I'll just show you the interface so that you'll be able to relate. Then while that's happening, okay, so guilds over time have become innovative. All right, so they are looking at engaging gamers. All right, if it's only because of a true, most of these GameFi projects are not really like your regular games. Okay, they're a bit different from a regular games. So some people might have issues onboarding them. It takes a while to understand the game and to know how it works and all of that. So they decided, okay, let me not say they now. Let me be specific. My guild decided that, okay, how about we engage gamers with what they can relate with. All right. So this is the interface for Axie Infinity basically, and the axes you see here are actually NFTs that can be sold and bought on the marketplace. You get their marketplace. You can check it online. Just check Axie Infinity marketplace. So these things they are saying here, these ugly looking things, I will call axes, so they are bought and sold on their marketplace. But your guild will help you take care of all of that. They would, send all the individuals send your account details where these axes already are. You log in and you start playing. Okay, so that's about that. Then, as I was saying, so my guild thought, okay, how about we, help some gamers relate better. So they brought up the idea of esports. And what do I mean by that? I mean, we have games like CODM. Uh, what do you have now? Candy Crush. Yes, Candy Crush, So they decided these games, how about we create incentives, for gamers to play these games? All right. So they'll be organizing in guild competitions where fellow players in the guild, compete with the common games we have and they get to earn prizes. Okay. So I believe that sounds exciting. Playing even your normal Candy Crush and yet you're still earning money. It's mad, really. So for us to get started, I will be sending us the link where you can get to sign up and join the guild and partake in all of these things. And aside that, for personal research, personally, I'm part of a community. Basically, they are focused on media, general cryptocurrency media, and all of that. But one of their specific, departments is the metaverse and GameFi. So if you are looking to keep updated, because most of these opportunities, truth be told, are best taken when the project is still new. Okay, so if you look now, Vigorous is currently in a dip. Yeah, so there was a point last month where Vigorous was going for 25 cents, but now I think it's hitting, you could do the research yourself. So these things are best keyed into early. So if that is what you want, then I would also be dropping the link to their site. There you get to read about play to earn games. If you're interested, you get to key into them early as an investor, as a player. you know all of these things would help a whole lot in getting you onboarded in the GameFi sector. So the first link I'll be sending is to join the guild, where you can get to play CODM and earn money. You can get to play Candy Crush and earn money. You can get to play GameFi, projects like Axie Infinity, Pegaxi, Titan Arena, all of those ones. Then the second link I'll be sending is where you can get to read up about metaverse projects, GameFi projects, if you want to onboard these projects pretty early before it's choked up. So as I also said yesterday, GameFi is a new and emerging industry. So hopefully over time, things will get clearer. The adoption would also increase. Economics will also get stable for this project over time. All right. So as it's famously said, and I will still say it, we are still early. GameFi projects only started coming out very well, like their actual apps, their actual, the actual gameplay started coming out this year for most of them. All right, so you're still early. Just do well to key into all of these things. And even, yeah, there was one that actually embodied DeFi in itself. The second speaker I'm talking about DeFi staking and all of that. So there's actually a GameFi project that actually embodies staking as well. You can stake on their platform and earn money. So all of these opportunities are open to you. So just do well to key in and enjoy. All right. So thank you all once again for having me. I believe we've learned something new. We've been able to, even get onboarded on these things. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so if you have any questions for Chukwuka, we'll take those later, but we need to move up to Jonathan's session on DeFi. So yeah, you can always plant your questions in the chat box. When it's time for Q&A, Chukuka would answer GameFi related questions. Thank you. So yeah, Jonathan, the floor is yours.
Okay, so thank you, Kibuka, for this wonderful class. Like I must say, I've learned one or two things now. Even though I've been hearing about Playtm, but I've not had time to go into them. Okay, so like I said earlier, that I will be showing us how to stake and provide liquidity. Okay, so I'll be sharing my screen now. So if you can see my screen, right?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for that. Okay, so if you had your self-power wallet, first thing you need to do is just that you need to set it up and do all those things like securing your seed phrase and all that. Okay, so now if you want to provide liquidity or stake, there are things that you need to know. First, which network do you want to provide that liquidity? So now I will be using BSC network, that is Binance Smart Chain network. And for you to do that, you must have BNB, that is Binance Smart Chain, on your safe file, because anything you want to do on DeFi, you must confirm the transaction, and that confirmation attracts what is called gas fee. Okay. Now, if you guys can see my screen, you can see that I have little amount of BNB here, and we'll be using I will be using this thing, pancake swap dex, for the practice we'll be doing today. Okay, so now we have so many decks, we have so many decentralized exchanges. So, but I'll be using pancake swap. So if you guys can see me now, like normal, if you want to log into your any decks, you just have to type in the listing you want to use. Then after done, you search the store. So, but I always use the one that the app provides due to scam and phishing this thing. So now, when you come to this desk, if you look down my screen, I don't know if people can see it. You will see where there is N. Can you see where I'm clicking?
Yeah, we can see it.
Yes, you can see.
Okay, okay, cool. So you will see farms. You will see farms, and below it you will see pools. So when you click on these pools, the thing is loading. You will see so many, these things that you can stake your crypto for it to be earning you some another crypto. Like let's use this first one for example. Though the thing is still loading though. So now if you stake, so network is okay, cool. So now if you stake cake here, you'll be able to earn this this coin that is IFO. And we have other distance. So, but for this class, I will be staking cake on manual staking so that people will see how the thing goes. So, first thing you need to do is that you must have connected your wallet. So, if you look here, you see that I have connected my wallet, and they gave me option to either disconnect or connect again. So, this is where you have to click to connect your wallet. Can you see where I'm clicking? something that looks like normal wallet we are used to, normal physical wallet that we are used to. When you click there, if your wallet is not connected, they will ask you to connect it there. Then, but my wallet is already connected. So after connecting your wallet, then you must have that particular coin that you want to stake, be it cake, be it any coin that you want to stake. You must have it in your wallet. Then when you have it in your wallet, then when you come to this dex, you just have to look for the ones that is more preferable. You must have conducted your research and everything to know the one that you want to stake on. Okay, so now I'll be staking on this manual cake, and for you to stake on manual cake, you have to enable this pool, and this stuff will attract a gas fee. This thing is for you to approve this request, for you to confirm that you know what you are doing. Okay, so you can if you can see that I'm paying a little amount of BNB to enable this pool. So after enabling the pool, they will now give me option to stake. The thing is still loading. It will refresh soon. So can you see my screen that before what was here was this thing enable. Now they have given me the option to stake. So when you click on stake, you can see that I have a very little amount of cake that I can stake, and you have options to either stake the 25% of what you have, 50% of what you have, 75% of what you have, or max everything that you have. You have the option, and the thing will automatically show you the annual ROI that you'll be receiving. So you can see if I stake this $1 worth of cake, I will be receiving that is $0.6 at end of this thing, annual this thing. So after checking all these things, if the thing is very okay for you, then what next thing you will do is that you have to just confirm the transaction. And for you to confirm this transaction, the team will still attract another gas fee. So anything that you want to do on DeFi, anything you want to do on DEX, you must pay gas fee. So the thing is now confirming. So if you see now, you see that I have staked my 0.12 listing cake, and this place now, maybe because what I stake is very very little. Assuming I stake with maybe let's say $1,000 worth of stake, the team must have started reading that I have earned so amount of cake that I stake. So after all these things, you are good to go. Instead of you to just leave your crypto asset, instead of you to just leave your crypto asset in your wallet, you just put it here. The thing will be working for you. Okay. Now this staking, we have lock staking and normal staking. So this is normal staking, because this staking I just did now, I can unstake it anytime I want. But if the thing is lock staking, I can't unstake it until that period of time that they stated there exhausted. Let's assume that they said that I have to log this staking for 30 days. So I can't have access to it till that after 30 days. So now if you don't want to stake your cake again, let's assume that after staking that you don't want to stake again, you just have to click on this minus. But if you want to add more cake, you just have to click on plus. But due to that I don't have more cake on my wallet, the thing is showing. Can someone hear me, please?
We can hear
Yes, we
you.
can hear you.
Yes, perfectly.
Okay, thank you. So because I don't have much cake again to stake, the thing is showing that I can't stake again. So it's either I buy more cake or I use other options that is showing there. So, but I don't want to stake. I want to stake this thing. So another thing that you have to check is all these stuff that is down here, but those ones will take more time. We'll not look into it now. So I have to unstake this my cake. I'll click on the minus sign. So when you click on the minus sign, the thing will still give you those options to either unstake 25%, 50%, 75%, or the max. So I want to unstake the max. Okay. And for me to do this thing, I have to confirm this transaction again. Now, because that's why anytime you want to stake, you have to think long term. Let's assume now that I stake this thing today and tomorrow I want to use this money for another thing. You see that I have not actually earned how much I paid for gas fee and all that. So that's why it's always advisable to use money that you are not using to do anything anytime soon and for anything in crypto. So I will go for the purpose of this class. I have to unstake it to show us how the thing goes. So I will click on unstake. So I have to pay another gas fee for that. So the thing is confirming. So after everything now you see that I have unstaked my cake. So you can see now that I have unstaked my cake. This is one of the ways that you can earn money on DeFi. If you look here, you see that we have so many pools that you can stake your coin to earn another coin. This is one of the ways. Now, this is another way that you can earn. You can let your cake to work for you. You have to click again on this end. Then you see farms. When you click on the farms, okay, so this is it. If you guys listen very well that is there, I explained that for you to provide liquidity, that you have to use two crypto assets. Right here on my screen, you will see that I have the pool is showing me that cake and BNB pool. The second one is showing me BUSD and BNB pool, and this is how it is. And for you to stake on this thing, you must have these two coins in your wallet. So, and you have to provide dollar of equal rate. That is, if you want to provide cake and BNB, you have to have you must have $10 worth of cake, and you must have $10 worth of BNB. Okay, so now I want to provide liquidity for this cake and BNB pool. Now I have to enable this transaction again for me to be able to do that. But before I go, okay, yeah, let me enable it. But before I go on, sir, you see that the total of this thing that I've taken on this pool is very, very much. If you can see it down here and you see the APR, that is that 4.47%. Then the multiplier is 40x, which is very okay. Now I want to enable this thing so that I can stake on it. As you can see, this is another gas fee. So that is that I say that how all these people that stake and provide liquidity, how they earn their rewards is with all these gas fees that people are paying. That is how they actually make their money. That is proof of stake. So after enabling this stuff, next thing I have to do now is to go and combine those two coins because I want to use two coins to provide liquidity. So next thing I have to do now is I have to go to trade. When I click on trade, you will see a swap, limit, and liquidity. Can you proceed? Can you proceed?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can see.
Cool.
Yeah.
So now this is where you have to join these two coins that you want to stake together so that you'll be able to add it to the net. But people will see how I'll do it now. So you just have to click on add liquidity. When you click on add liquidity, you will see that they give me option to select the two coins that I want to add together. So, but the network is disturbing a bit. It will come up. So I will click on cake and I'll click on BNB. So this is the two assets I want to use. Now I want to use the total amount of BNB I have. So I'll click on max. If you see that they gave me there's option here that if I click on, but assuming that I have 100 BNB and I want to use 50 or 10, I'll just have to type in that 50, or I'll type in that 10, or any amount that you want. But I want to use the whole BNB to stake. Now, immediately you enter the BNB. Immediately I enter the cake I want to add the liquidity with. These decks will automatically bring out that the equivalent of that cake on BNB. You can see that immediately I click. Let me do it again. Immediately I click on cake, the max, to bring out the total distance, the total cake that I have. The BNB equivalent popped out. Let me do it again so that people will see it. Just watch. Immediately I click on max, the equivalent is here already. So now this is my own percentage of this of this. If people still remember that, is that I said that in each pool that you be providing, your earning will be based on how much crypto, how much asset that you provide. Either you are staking or you are providing liquidity. What you'll be earning will be based on your share on that pool. So you can see that my share here is very, very small. My share is very, very, very small. Like it can't even earn me anything. But I'm doing this thing so that we will see how to do it. So now I have to enable stake again. For enabling this again, you see that I have to pay another gas fee for me to be able to do it. So after enabling, let's wait a bit. See, we'll finish soon. So now I have enabled the cake on this particular desk, on this particular pool. Now I have to supply this BNB and cake that I want to use to provide liquidity. Now I have to supply it, and I will say just when you want to supply, you have to check out all these details that is here to check if the thing is still on your side. If the thing is not on your side, you might decide not to again. So, but it's okay. It's okay for me. So I will confirm the transaction, and I will pay another transaction fee. So I know most of us will be like, "Wow, how many transaction fee do I have to pay to stake or provide liquidity?" So the thing is that all these things you have to do it with your crypto asset that you know that you are not using to do anything anytime soon. So maybe if it's crypto that you want to use, maybe you bought this particular crypto and you want to leave it for, let's say, a year, 6 months or so. Instead of you to just leave it there to be lying dead in your wallet, you just have to check out the coins that you are holding. Know if they have a pool where you can stake to earn extra crypto. So I have supplied the liquidity. Now I have to go back. So I have supplied the liquidity. Now I have to go back to that end. If you look down here, you see where there is end. So when you click on the end, I have to go back to farms. When I click on farms, remember that the liquidity I just added is cake BNB. Okay, so now I'll click on these details, this drop down arrow here. I'll click on it. Remember that I have already enabled this particular pool. I've already enabled it. Now, next thing I will do is just to stake my liquidity pool. Now they will give you another option to either stake the whole cake BNB LP that I added, or to stake some of them. So I want to stake some of them again. Sorry, I want to stake all of them again. Now after doing this thing, you see that the pool will automatically show you again how many dollar that you'll be earning at end of this pool. That is in an annual rate. It will be showing you how much you will be earning. So if your plan is to leave it for a year, this is how much you'll be earning. So after all these things, you have to confirm the transaction again, and that will attract another gas fee. The thing is confirming. Okay, so I have successfully staked my cake BNB pool. So if you look here now, you see that the value of what I stake is $2.02 USD. That is dollars. Okay, now this is the option where how much I've earned will be displaying. Now this is if let's say, like most people that have liquidity in this DeFi space, what they do is that maybe they use 10K dollars each to provide liquidity. So maybe let's say in every day they will be earning, let's say, $5, $20, $100, depending on the liquidity they use, depending on how their capital. Now, if you want to be harvesting what you farm every day, this is the option for you. This is harvest. So assuming that I have earned $2 now and I want to harvest it, I'll just have to click on this harvest, and I will confirm again and harvest it, but I have not earned anything, so no need doing that. And when you harvest it, this thing you are harvesting will not affect your pool in any way. Your pool will still be running. So in some liquidity pool, this down here that you can see APR, multiplier, and liquidity. Some pools there's what is called blocks. That is what we have blocks in liquidity pool. This block is how you calculate how many days the pool will last. Okay. Now this pool don't have block because this is cake. This is cake pool. I'm assuming this is not cake pool. This pool will have, after this liquidity, you see blocks down here. That thing is showing you how many days that thing will last. So now let's assume that this liquidity here is blocks. Okay. Now these numbers here is how many days the thing is remaining. So for you to get the exact days the thing will last, because you will not see like 2 days or 3 days, you will see maybe 100,000, or as the thing is showing here. So what you just have to do is you just have to take out the number that you are seeing here and divide it by 30. So every day, all DeFi pool will just 30 blocks. So for you to get the exact amount your pool will last, you have to divide it by 30. Then when you divide it by 30, maybe you'll be seeing 50 days, 30 days or so, and then you know how many days that is remaining, so that you will know when to come and on stake and do other things that you want to do. So this basically how to stake and This basically how to stay and provide liquidity on decentralized finance, and I use pancake swap. So that is the I talked about the risk and reward. Okay. Now, if you look closely here, you see that there is a warning here. They are telling you to make sure that you are visiting the real site. Like I said yesterday, that there is a lot of risk and there's a lot of reward. That's why you need a community, or someone that, like a community like Con and Cat, okay, or someone that is well grounded on DeFi, that will be teaching you and be guiding you on how to do all these things. Yesterday, someone asked Mr. Chukwuka, someone asked the person something. Chukwuka tell the person that the best thing is to get a community. Okay, now you need a community to do all these things, and for you to do all these things, you need to be practicing every day to learn it and not to do some avoidable mistakes. So that's it. That's how to do it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. That was quite the expose, for being honest. Yeah. So guys, you've seen it, you read it. The best thing you can do right now is to go and try these things out. Save up some money for DeFi. You can save up some money and jump on DeFi. You can ask questions on the community. We can link you up with the speakers so that you can ask them questions, sort of get into a one-on-one with them and guide you through this process. And then you can also join specialized communities for this. One was shared here. I will share the link again. I will share the link again for those that were not around during the call. So yeah, if you have any questions, that would be a good time to plant your questions in the chat box. We'll give that 5 minutes. All right. So Shukun Yerem has a question. How is APY, APR, and multiplier calculated? Jonathan, I think this is for you. Jonathan, are you there?
Yeah. Okay, you can hear me now?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Cool. Now, most of these, all the pools are being calculated automatically. Like if you followed very well, you see that when immediately that you enter the amount you want to stake, the APY or the APR will automatically display there. Now, this normal APY is annual percentage yield, and the APR is annual percentage rate. The APY, if a pool is APY, that means that the thing will be auto compounding. That is, all your earnings will be auto compounding. Okay. Now, but if your pool is APR, that means let's say that your APR is 10% per annum. That is how much you will get because it is APR. But APY is auto compound. I don't know if I answered your question.
Is that clear? He also asked how multiplier is calculated. Jordan, did you get that?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, he was asking about, you also asked about multiplier. I don't think you touched the part about multiplier.
Multipliers, they are being calculated automatically. You don't need to stress yourself on how to calculate them or that. What you just need to do is to do the necessary research and know if the multiplier is 30x. If multiplier is 30x, that means your earning power is big. Then if the multiplier is 10 or 20 or 5, that means your earning power will be very, very small.
Okay. Does that clear things up for you, Chukwunyere? All right, he asked further questions. But before we come back to your question, Chukwunyere, your second question, I'm going to take Shitu Liman's question. Yeah, I think this one is for you, Chukuka. He's asking, I'm on Axie Infinity. Does it require an activation fee to play to earn?
By activation fee, I don't know. Probably what you're thinking of is more or less like purchasing a ticket, but it's a bit more than that. Okay, as I said yesterday, these games require NFTs to play. So you could see that activation fee as the cost you would use to purchase these NFTs, gas fee and all of that inclusive. So yes, you would actually need funds to play Axie Infinity. But then, as I mentioned earlier, guilds are also there to help out with that. They help you to acquire these NFTs and give you to play them for free. All that happens is the profits made will be split between yourself and the guild. Does that answer your question?
All right, great. So just to bring this out here, Jonathan and Chukuka, would you be willing to answer questions outside of the class? Reach out to people outside of the class.
So if they have any questions, I think Chukwunya don't have another question. If they have any questions, they're cool. They can come in and ask.
All right. So can you drop your numbers in the chat box so that they can see, they can contact you in case they need to.
All right, so questions are actually welcome for me. Just feel free to hit me up, introduce yourself, and fire down.
All right, nice, nice. Thank you guys so much for adding the number. So back to the questions. Yeah, so Chukwunyere has another question. Two questions actually. The first one is APR better than APY? And the second one, can you provide liquidity on a monthly basis?
Okay. So the question here is not better than. That's why you need to understand crypto and know the one that is suits you best. Okay, when you understand that APY auto compound your earnings every day and APR don't. So you just have to make the choice yourself. I'm not the best person to tell you the one that will suit you. Okay. Now, can you provide liquidity on monthly basis? I don't really understand the question. Like, can you provide liquidity on monthly basis? I don't know if you can. If you can make it more clear.
Okay, so while you're explaining the question, Chukwunyere, about providing liquidity on a monthly basis, let's take Topper's question. Yeah, so what are the risks in staking or farming, Jonathan?
O- Okay. The risk is um on staking. We have only one risk, which is lock staking. If you listen very well when I was explaining how to stake, you hear that I said that there are some pools that will require you to lock your crypto asset for let's say 30 days or 40 days. So that is the risk that once you stake this coin, you will not have access to it after that stated period of time. Okay, let's assume that you stake that the thing is stated that you have to stay for this pool for 30 days or a year. You will not have access to it till after that period. So that is kind of the risk there. Then now in farming, yes, there is a risk. The risk there is impermanent loss. If you were here yesterday, I think you should have idea of what it is. So impermanent loss is the risk in farming. That is liquidity pool. Thank you.
All right, Tope, do you get that? Is that clear? All right, so Chukwuyerem has provided further clarity for his own question. He's asking, can you
Okay, yeah.
provide liquidity and earn on a monthly basis? So can you like contribute to a liquidity pool and also earn on a monthly basis?
Um, I will just explain this thing better because this question is still crypto is not what you earn. Crypto is DeFi is what you earn every day. Then your earning power depends on how much how much crypto that you provide liquidity with, or how much crypto that you stake. Okay. Now, if you stake crypto with $1,000, you see that your share of the pool is 1% of all all of all of the everything that is going on that pool. So you'll be earning 1% of that pool. So let's say if 1% of that pool is $1 or $2 every day, that is what you'll be earning. And that doesn't mean that you'll be earning $1 for the whole 1 month. No. The more people join the pool, the more the APR is reducing. Okay, the more people are joining the pool, the more your earning power will be reducing. So that is how it is. So you can't actually say that this is how much you earn for a month. No, it doesn't work that way.
Nice, 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 nice. So is that clear for you, Chukwuyerem?
And if what's up now? I'm looking for you like this.
All right, great. So yeah, you can earn in DeFi daily. So I guess you can earn daily. You can compound. So there are no other questions, and we're already 10 minutes past the time. So guys, the numbers of the instructors are in the chat box. You can reach out to them. You would also get a recording of this call, this whole session. The recording for yesterday's one has been sent to the mails of people that were available. You will get a recording for this one by latest tomorrow morning or even tonight. I guess to go out tonight. But yeah, that brings us to the end of this month's meeting. Thank you so much, Jonathan and Chukwuka, for coming. Very insightful session. Uh, Thank you so much for giving the time and the resources that you shared. Thank you guys for attending. I hope you actually commit to learning more about what you've learned today, pick a specialization, and make some crypto coins with it. So yeah, everyone, thank you. Have a good night and stay
All
tuned.
right. Thank you for having me.
Thank
All
you,
right,
sir.
cheers.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Good night, Bob.
Good night, Bob.